Hello and welcome to Africa Business Reports. My name is Komla Dumor. Each month we bring you the big stories about the immense changes taking place in business across this continent. This month, welcome to Uganda. I'm on the site of the country's biggest construction project for decades. What you just saw are the turbines of the Bujagali hydroelectric project. I'll be finding out whether this can plug the country's energy deficit. This is the mighty River Nile, one of the most powerful rivers in the world. And for centuries, the people of this continent have depended on the Nile for their livelihood, fishing and agriculture and things like that. But fast forward to 2010, and the Nile River has gained brand new significance. Take a look at this project. This massive thing you see in front of you is the Bujagali hydroelectric project, which is expected to change the fortunes of Uganda entirely. I'm here with one of the directors of the project, Kevin Kariuki. Great to have you on Africa Business Report. How important is this project to Uganda?
This project is a 250 megawatt project. It will effectively double the country's generation capacity and supplant very expensive thermal generation, and in the process significantly reduce the cost of generation in this country, and in due course promote the country's economic activities by providing a cheap and affordable source of power that will go a long way in increasing access to electrification in this country, whose current electrification rate is only about 10%.
But in terms of economic growth, what impact will it have?
A few years back, when there was load shedding, the economy shrunk by at least 1.5% per annum. So I think the corollary is that this project will be huge in terms of promoting the country's economic growth and promote increased employment, job creation, and make Uganda a more competitive destination for the manufacturing base.
I've heard it said, I don't know if it's true. Can you confirm for me whether this is actually the biggest construction project in sub-Saharan Africa?
I believe it is the largest privately financed hydropower project in Africa. Within about 3 to 4 years, this will provide enough power for the country's power needs for about 3 to 4 years. And thereafter, the country will have to plan for other sources of generation.
What about the smaller people, the people I saw in these shops on my way to Bujagali? How will this affect their business?
The people you talk about will benefit from affordable power. Bujagali will supplant the entire thermal sort of emergency rental generation and therefore reduce the cost of power, which affects even that small consumer that you came across. Secondly, from a manufacturing base, this project will be huge in reducing the cost of production and therefore making Ugandan goods competitive, and therefore promote manufacturing and job creation, and in the process ensure that many of the people you talk about will be able to have or to fend for their families.
Now, projects like this always have a major environmental impact. Has that been taken into account in this construction project?
This project has adhered to the highest standards on environmental and social impact assessment. And in terms of its size, the impact, in my view, compared to the number of megawatts that are being generated, has been minimal. Because this is 250 megawatts, the total land that will be inundated is only 80 hectares, and the number of people who have been sort of affected by the project is only about 2,600. So in terms of the total environmental assessment, it's in my view, is minimal. What we have done is that we've gone out of our way to ensure that everybody who's affected by the project is left better off than they were before the project.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kariuki, and we certainly hope you invite us back for the commission. Welcome to part 2 of Africa Business Reports, coming to you this month from Uganda. Now, still to come on the program, we'll find out how an upstart Nigerian TV station is shaking up the media industry there. But as you can see, I'm back in the capital, Kampala, While I was in Bujagali, we saw how the power of hydroelectricity is being harnessed to bring change to this country. But what about other forms of energy? I've been finding out a bit more about how solar power is being utilized here in Uganda.
Getting fire.
I'm at Solar Connect, where I'm witnessing an impressive display of the power of solar cooking. I'm here with one of the directors, Kawesa Mukasa, who's going to tell me a little bit more about how this operation works. I see you have this wood in your hand. You probably want to put that down for the moment. Tell us, how does a solar-powered cooking instrument work?
A solar-powered cooking instrument works by reflection and absorption.
Reflection and absorption.
Reflection and absorption. Light is reflected from this white panel you see here onto a black pot, which is black, and it absorbs the heat, and the cooking process begins very quickly. Within 10 minutes, the water is boiling on 5 liters.
You can boil water in just 10 minutes with this?
In 10 minutes with this for drinking, this water for drinking.
How important is solar power to the energy needs of this country?
The incomes of people are so low here, and when you tell them that green energy can save money, people take that very quickly.
Now, what would you say about the uptake of these kind of appliances? Are ordinary people seriously considering this?
Yes, it is increasing. We started this project in 1994, and gradually there has been a gradual increase in the uptake. And right now, we are expanding to nearly all districts of Uganda.
But one question I'm tempted to ask is, what happens if the sun isn't shining?
We have a solution to that, my friend. We have what we call a hair basket, like a thermal flask, locally made, and you just transfer the hot pot from the source of the heat and put it in that bag, and the cooking process will continue, and you can still keep the food warm up to 8 hours. What we have here are simple solar cooking devices called cook kits. They work just like the parabolic, but at a lower temperature.
Right.
Yeah, this cooks around 110 degrees Celsius. The other one can go to almost 800. So that is the difference. They are very cheap. We segment our market. For those who can afford something like $50 and only $2 or $4 to $6, the whole of this thing you get.
But I'm sure the question that most people would ask is, can you really do cooking? And you know, on this continent, we do some really, really amazing array of dishes. Can you do the whole shebang right here with these utensils?
It is so amazing. Even us, we are surprised how the power of the sun can cook. We think that everything, God gave us everything, and it is in our power to use the natural resources. This thing looks so simple, but it cooks food. As you can see, inside it's the local dish called matoke, or plantain, banana.
Right. Now, I've often heard it said that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. How does food cooked on these appliances stack up against food cooked on modern appliances?
I'm going to provide you something to eat, and you feel that the taste of solar cooked food is so different from normal cooking. Okay. So please.
So what do I have here?
Here you have chicken with rice and vegetables.
Okay, and this was all prepared.
All prepared
on
in
these
the
instruments.
Yeah, the very simple one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's give it a go.
Yeah. Do you hear any difference in the normal?
Are you sure this was cooked on this?
Exactly.
Tastes fantastic. The sun makes good food, that's all I can say.
That is.
Enjoying the flavor of solar-powered cooking right there. And that report brings us to the end of this edition of Africa Business Report, coming to you this month from Uganda. Now, if you want to find out more about any of the stories you saw in this edition of the program, visit our website. It's bbc.com/Africa Business Report. And do join us. We are on Facebook as well. Until next time, I leave you with some sights and sounds of the country known as the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. My name is Komla Dumo. Goodbye.